Morning everybody, back out for the morning walk. I didn't do one yesterday because I was waiting for deliveries, and then I spent the whole day doing flat pack furniture, building that, so you can imagine the enjoyable day that I had yesterday. Anyway, that's beside the point. Let's talk about Epping again. So, huge victory in Epping for the people of Epping that proved without reasonable doubt that people power is way more stronger than political power. There's not one political party that can claim that they were responsible for that victory yesterday in Epping. That was purely down to the local people putting pressure on the local council to shut down that illegal immigrant hotel. Nothing can be taken away from the people of Epping. They came out in force and they showed the establishment that they'd had enough and it was time to shut down that hotel. And they listened. They listened. And I put this out on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, that the people are uniting, even if the political class aren't. And this is something the political class need to take note of. Because what happens when the people realise, and they are starting to realise, that they hold all the power and the politicians, the councillors have no power. The only power that the politicians and MPs have is the power that the people give to them via consent. And when that consent is withdrawn, things like Epping can happen. They say, right, give us what we want. We're not going away until you comply with what we're telling you to do. Because at the end of the day, the councillors, the councils, local councils, regional councils, government, they serve us. And somewhere along the line, that has been lost. They think they serve themselves. And this current situation is serving as a reminder that it's we the people that hold the power, not those 650 people in Parliament. They just speak for us. The power they wield, we give them every general election, and it's ours to take back at any point should they abuse that power. And that goes for the local level as well. So let's talk about the police. The police in Epping. 4,000 troops. I'm going to call them troops because that's exactly what they were portraying themselves as. There's no reason to deploy 4,000 police troops to a situation in Epping last night for concerned mothers marching to the council building to put pressure on the council to close down that hotel. What we saw in Epping last night from the police troops was a show of force. That was the state flexing its muscles. It was saying, look at us, fluffing its chest up, trying to scare the population. And the thing is, it isn't working anymore. This is what I was talking about in a few of my videos, that consent that we give the police, like we give the government to be policed, to be governed, is slowly eroding away. And when it gets to a point where the majority of people in this country no longer fear arrest, they no longer see the police as an official force or as a force for good, then it's game over for them. They have no power. They're little more than civilians in a costume, trying to act like they have some sort of authority over people. And pretty soon, they won't be facing an angry mob, which is easily controlled. They'll be facing well-organised groups of people that have tactics themselves. And when that starts to happen, all the police training goes out the window. Because the police are trained to deal with unruly mobs, unruly, angry mobs. All their tactics are based on that. It's not based on counter tactics or measured responses from other groups of people. It's purely to suppress the population. That's all they're trained to do. And they should be worried, because the population of this country outnumbers them. The government should be worried, because the population of this country outnumbers them. They really should. And they're starting to realise that now. What you saw in Epping last night, when you saw all those police troops, like a paramilitary, dressed in all their riot gear, they got their fireproof uniforms on with their pads on underneath, was the state showing its fear. For the first time, every time you see a big turnout, a big show of force by the paramilitary police, that's because the state is scared and they're trying to reassert their authority. So that, again, a victory. They're starting to be scared of the people, which is what they should be. Any decent government should be scared of their people, or fear what they might do if a government goes rogue or starts doing things that the people don't agree with. That's a healthy society. That's what keeps governments in check. They know that if they overstep the line, things won't go well for them. Anyway, I've rambled enough. This is Vindicator, sign off.